everyone, welcome to a new episode of Dooley Does Food, and I'm your host, Dooley Noted. Welcome back. It's been a little while, girl. The weather has been a hot freaking mess. It's kind of hard to record when it's pitch black, girl, and I record on the weekends. It's been a little interesting to play the weather game, but I'm glad you're here. A few of you have done we'll call it a deep dive into my Instagram and have requested that I put up recipes for some of the older images that I put up. And I said, you know what? That's kind of a good idea. So today I'm going to give you all a rendition of something that I like to call fried chicken salad. It mixes, fresh greens, a nice homemade salad dressing, and a nice savory, juicy pieces of fried chicken. Girl, everybody loves fried chicken. Don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into this recipe. Alright, so y'all already know out the gate that this channel is all about infusing as much flavor as you can into our meats. So before we get to frying, we're gonna get to brining. I made a quick brine here, just so that I can, infuse some other notes. I want this chicken to be bright. I want it to be flavorful. I want it to be yummy. So my brine consists of 2 cups of water, 1/2 a cup of olive oil, 1/4 of a cup of red wine vinegar, about 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 cup to 1.5 cups of salt, 1/2 tablespoon of rosemary, basil, and thyme, 1/2 cup of pickle juice, and 1/2 a lemon. Throw it all in your bowl, mix it up, and we're gonna let our chicken sit into this brine for at least 45 minutes. If you have the time, go ahead and just let it marinate and brine and get all yummy for about an hour to no more than 2.5 hours. Wrap up your bowl, make it nice and tight, like a twink at Fire Island, and then go ahead and put that in your fridge and let it sit and get all melty. While our chicken is brining, let's go ahead and get our dressing situation. For this recipe, I decided to incorporate a Sesame, Dijon, red wine vinaigrette. Yeah, that's a mouthful, y'all. But that being said, it is pretty easy to make. First, let's smash 1 clove of garlic and mince it. And then we're gonna take out our ginger, peel it, and mince that. You want no more than maybe about a tablespoon. Remember, ginger can easily commandeer your recipe, so you don't want to add too much. I then mix in 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of soy, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and 1/2 cup of EVOO, extra virgin olive oil. Sesame is also another culprit you need to be careful of. If you add too much, she will commandeer your recipe, and that's all you will taste. So make sure that you do not add too much. Once you have all of your ingredients in the bowl, use a whisk to incorporate them, and then we're gonna put that in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. In terms of capacity, it can really stay in your fridge until you're ready to use it. So just let it chill, let it melt together, and we'll keep that there until we're ready to dress our salad. Alright, we sure was cooking now. Let's go ahead and get our fry station set up. Crack 2 large eggs in a bowl, add in 1 cup of buttermilk, and once again, we gotta add more flavor. Add a few dashes of your favorite hot sauce, as well as Tabasco. pull out your trusty whisk and put that together. I'll save you the details, but if you ever wondered, that buttermilk and egg wash combination is what makes fried chicken nice and sexy brown. As with all fried chicken, we need to season our flour. Now y'all, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all, I seasoned the hell out this flour, and I know y'all don't want to watch 8 minutes of me adding various spices, so I'm gonna list them out for you. I added 1 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, a half a tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of pepper, a half tablespoon of ground mustard, a half a tablespoon of basil, a half a tablespoon of thyme, a half a tablespoon of paprika, a half a tablespoon of coriander, a quarter of a tablespoon of cumin, 1.5 tablespoons of garlic powder, and 1.5 tablespoons of onion powder. I know that sounds like a lot, but even KFC uses 11 herbs and spices, girl. So if you know DooleyDoesFood is gonna bring it. Add in your ingredients and use your whisk to incorporate. Now, your grease should be ready to go to accept that glorious, blessed, and highly favored chicken when you're done coating on your fry station. So if you need to pause now and heat up that grease, go ahead and do that. Alright, so that grease is bubbling like hot grits and we are ready to drop our chicken. I like to use one hand to drop the chicken in the egg wash and then use the other hand to get my dry ingredients. Just make sure that your egg wash is evenly coated on the meat. The same with your flour, and make sure that you gently shake off any excess flour that you have on your chicken. And then once you're ready, let's go ahead and get to frying. And of course, I gotta give y'all a chance to hear this magnificent process. Y'all hear this? Don't this just sound like excellence? Allow for your chicken bites to cook for about 6 to 7 minutes. That's how long it should take to get a nice golden brown color. And if you're browning sooner than that, that means your oil is too hot. So turn your heat down. And then every now and then use your spoon to agitate your chicken so they don't fuse together. As you take them out, put them on a piece of paper towel to help drain. And then if you have it, move it over to a drip tray like this to help collect excess oil, which you could use for something else. That's real ghetto, I know. Next, let's start building our salad. Since I'm extra, I can't just do one, I gotta do 2. So I have a head of romaine and a head of Boston red. Let's go ahead and cut that up into ribbons and set aside into our bowl here. Then we're gonna break down the rest of our veggies. As you can see here, I started with the tomatoes, just half them. And then we're gonna go ahead and julienne our red onion, cut it in half, cut off the top. Make sure you keep the root in on, that'll help guide your cut. Peel off the first layer or 2, that way you're not serving yourself or your guests trash. And then put your hand on the onion like this, and then use that hand to guide where you cut. Technically, with a julienne, you want your onions to look like matches. I wanted them a little bit larger here, but that's okay. And finally, we're gonna cut up our apples. You see, I cored them and then cut them into little apple chips. I really like the way that the lemon that we've infused into both our brine and the breading of the chicken works with the apple. And then remember, here we have a Granny Smith apple, so she's also going to give us some tartness to help with flavor balance. So you got salty, you got a little tart, you got freshness from the lemon, You got a little bit of spice. It's just the perfect moment. Now that we've incorporated all of our veggies and gotten them down into our bowl, it's time for your favorite part. Dressing and tossing that bitch. So go ahead and pull your chilled dressing out of the fridge. Add it to your salad. I made just enough for this one salad, so I'll put it all in there, and then I give it a nice, hard, long toss. When you're ready, go ahead and plate. Add your chicken on top. You know, she's our guest star here today, so we're gonna put her front and center. Give her a squeeze of lemon, maybe a little bit of salt and pepper to make sure she's super well dressed for the occasion. And then serve. Ta-da! You get a little bit of that fried chicken, you get your greens, your vitamins and minerals, and something fun. Pop! So, what did you all think? Was that salad not popping? You know, I always tell people, like, you know, eating salad and eating greens can be fun. You know, everything always in moderation. Salads don't have to be boring, and I'm really proud and excited about that salad. So, give that recipe a try. Pop off in the comments and let me know what y'all think. And thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all have a great time. And, you know, see you around. Eventually.